After more than 2 years of delays and cancellations,
it's been a long road for a lot of couples to the altar.
Weddings are bouncing back with a bang.
This year is the year of the wedding.
Across the U.S., couples are racing down the aisle, eager to shake off the COVID-19 pandemic and finally tie the knot.
Since we made that initial decision to wait, we were like, we're already waiting, so let's just keep waiting until we can be really sure that we're all going to be safe.
Like so many couples, Stephanie Dayton and her fiance are finally getting married after having their wedding postponed by the virus 2 years in a row.
When all my guests are here in town and we're hanging out, I think that that's the part where I'll just breathe, you know.
According to the wedding planning site, The Knot, 2.6 million couples are estimated to say I do in 2022, a roughly 18% jump compared to average pre-pandemic wedding years. Industry experts say this year will mark the most weddings since 1984, with October slated to be the busiest month.
People are ready to celebrate. They're ready to get married. And this is the first time in 2 years that it is more normal as we know it in the wedding world.
Wedding planners like Susan Cordigan with Big City Bride in Chicago say it's all hands on deck as they work to balance backlog weddings with new engagements.
People want the great American wedding. They want the big ceremony, the big dinner dance, all of the fun that comes with it, and it is an absolute whiplash.
From multi-day events to colorful engagement rings, the LGBTQ plus wedding magazine, Equally Wed, says couples are not holding back on attention to details. But while it looks to be a record number of couples ready to get hitched this year, Cordigan says the wedding industry isn't quite ready to meet the demand.
Much like the rest of the world, our industry has changed so much since the pandemic. We're all up for it and we're excited, but there are hurdles.
That first hurdle is finding a date and location for the big day.
Saturdays are booked for most popular places and most popular dates for at least a year to 2 years. Our industry is not set to level out until 2024.
Which has left some couples no choice but to get creative.
We're seeing a ton of Friday and Sundays. We've even had weddings on Tuesdays and Thursdays as of recently. We get calls from people who are not engaged, and they're not going to be engaged for any time soon. They want to book their venue. They know it's coming.
We wanted to stick with June. We're getting married on our our weekend property.
But even with the date locked down, planners say finding vendors to service your wedding can be tricky.
A lot of people packed up their bags and got out of the industry. So our trusty caterer or florist or photographer, a lot of them have changed industries altogether because they said, we don't want to be in an industry that is so volatile and that can be so overlooked in a time like the pandemic.
Add in price hikes because of staffing shortages and supply chain disruptions, and planners say couples will likely find themselves stuck with a bigger bill.
People need to realize that inflation is real, it's here, and it is affecting the wedding world. For everything from fuel prices that affect the flowers and food and all the provisions that are flown in or trucked in, those prices are increasing. Even shuttles for weddings and things of that nature.
According to the trade group The Wedding Report, the average cost of a wedding in 2019 was $24,675. Industry experts say that number will likely climb, with some estimating it could reach as high as $30,000.
We're sort of recreating the new norm when it comes to planning the great American wedding. It's kind of a different ballgame when it comes to planning the wedding, budgeting the wedding, and servicing it.
So the best piece of advice planners have for couples right now?
Level set expectations and know that you can have the wedding of your dreams as long as you know in advance what it's going to take. Financially, with a time frame, friends and family, you must level set.
Meg Hilling, Newsy, Chicago.